Thank you, Mel. So if you believe in the potential to take learnings from one discipline and extrapolate them to another, then I think you're going to find this morning's conversation quite interesting. If you were with us last year, you may recall that we had someone give a keynote address about learnings in the world of drug development for treating hepatitis C, and it was very informative. So we decided to continue with that theme, but we're going to take a different approach. Rather than having a keynote address, we're going to have a dialogue, and we're very fortunate to have two what I consider celebrities from FDA who are going to lead us through this dialogue. So today we're going to venture into the field of drug development in oncology. As Mel indicated, it's another area where combination treatment regimens are used. So we're hoping there'll be some learnings that can be extrapolated into the work that we're doing in TB. However, as my Latin teacher used to say, a word to the wise, maybe not everything can be extrapolated. So some of that dynamic is what you're going to be hearing discussed today. But certainly in the world of oncology, there's been so much innovation with adaptive trial designs, novel biomarkers, multiple types of expedited regulatory pathways, which are applicable not just in oncology, but many areas. So I think you're going to hear about those areas, and then we'll talk about can they or can they not be helpful with what we're doing in TB. So I would like to invite to the stage Dr. Ed Cox, Dr. Rick Pazder, and Deborah Hanna. And as they're walking up to the stage, and please take a seat, their full bios are in the lovely booklet that finally arrived from FedEx. So we're really happy to have these booklets. So I'm not going to go through their bios extensively, but since many of you may not be as familiar with, particularly with Dr. Pazder from oncology, I just want to let you know that he is the director of a new center at FDA. It's called the Oncology Center of Excellence, which is really part of Vice President Biden's National Cancer Moonshot. And in this role, he is leveraging the combined skills of regulatory scientists at the agency, people with expertise in drugs and biologics and devices, to help expedite the development of novel cancer products. And prior to that, he was director of the Office of Hematology and Oncology Products. And prior to that, he was director of the Division of Oncology Drug Products. And he started at the agency around 1999. Dr. Ed Cox, started at the agency around the same time. I believe in 1998 is when he joined. So both of them long-term public servants at our agency. Dr. Cox is the director of the Office of Antimicrobial Products, and he served in that role since 2007. So in this role, he oversees the review, approval, and safety of antibacterials, antivirals, antifungals, antiparasitic drugs, ophthalmic drugs, and also immunosuppressive agents that are used in treating patients with solid organ transplant. He also serves on the Transatlantic Task Force on Antimicrobial Resistance. So we have here on the stage a wealth of experience, and we're going to tap their brains today and have an interesting dialogue, I'm sure. So I'm going to join you in a moment, but we were going to ask if Dr. Pazder would start off by giving his perspective on how drug development in the world of oncology has evolved through the years. He's been watching this for a long time, and I think we'll have an interesting story to hear. So, Dr. Pazder.